Okay, my peppers arrived today in the mail, and I'm excited to grow some very hot peppers. So what I got today is, this is going to be a little experiment I'm going to do a video on, and you'll get to watch the progress in this. This is a Malagueta. This is a Brazilian pepper, similar to a Tabasco, but a little hotter. Schofield units, 60,000 to 100,000. I actually got these from my wife, who brought them back from Brazil, dried. So these didn't come in the mail. But I did get these today. These are the Trinidad Scorpions, and as you can see, the Schofield unit is almost 1.5 million. So this was rated for a few years to be the hottest pepper on the planet. I believe there's probably another one at this point. You know, you can't always stay on the top. So, but let me tell you, this is going to be an outrageously hot pepper. It's hugely popular right now. It's a little bit more difficult to grow than others. So we're going to grow it today in a Jiffy dome or greenhouse, and I'm going to take you through all the steps of doing that, and we'll see how it works out. And if you're interested and you like my page, or you comment and send me a little note, I'll tell you where I got my seeds at a great discount. Now these run about $10 for around $9 to $10 for 10 seeds on eBay and other places, and I ordered 10 and got 14 as a bonus for $3.99 from this source. So if you comment on my page and subscribe and send me a little note, I'll be happy to tell you what my source is for these awesome peppers. Anyway, we're going to start this process, and we'll see how it goes, and I'll keep you up to date. We're going to all of my videos will be put together as one, so we'll see the progress as one video. Okay, we're using the Jiffy Professional Greenhouse, and this is the 36 pellet variation, and I got this at Walmart, and it runs about $4. It's pretty inexpensive. These are the little peat pellets that come with it. Obviously there's 36, as it says. They have them in, I think, configurations of 48 and 72 and whatnot. But anyway, it's a pretty unique little system. We're going to try it out and see how it works out. This will be the first time I've used it, and if it ends up being a good little system, it's great for beginners, and if you've got a small quantity of plants that you're going to grow, this might be the answer for it. Anyway, I've left just 24 in here because I'm going to do 24 seeds today, and the other remaining pellets, I'll just use those at a later time, reusing this little greenhouse here. But it is pretty unique because once you get your seeds all planted and it's all hydrated, then you place this little dome over it, and it becomes an actual greenhouse. So it maintains its moisture and its heat for your proper germination, and then you just lift it off or vent it as needed. Anyway, this is the Jiffy Greenhouse, and we'll go right into I'm going to follow the directions right on the back of it, and I've got about 1.5 cups of warm water that I'm going to pour into this, so we'll start there. Okay, here's my warm water, and I'm going to start filling up the greenhouse, and as you can see, it distributes the water evenly throughout all the little peat pellets, and in a short period of time they'll be completely submerged in water, and at that point they will begin to expand. So I'll get this filled up, and then I'll start up again here whenever this expands, and we'll take another look at it. Okay, so it's been about 2 or 3 minutes now, and I've added 2 cups of warm water, and as you can see, the grow pellets here have gone from the thin wafer to about 2 inches tall. They're probably going to expand just a little bit more. In addition to that, the mesh along the top has naturally pulled back, so it's going to make it easy to put my seeds in each one of these. Now, the success rate of pepper germination is supposedly 80%. I think if you get 80%, you're doing pretty well. So we'll probably end up with about 8 to 10 viable plants in this, which will be great. And they'll start here, and then I'll move them to another growing situation or medium after they've established themselves for a little while. And what I'm doing here is I'm taking a pencil, and I'm just going to make sure that each one of these little grow pellets has a nice area to drop the seed into, and then I'll cover them up, just make sure they're covered with the peat. It does say that you need to pull the mesh back, but in most of them here have done that naturally once I added the water. It's a very soft mesh, so it's not any problem to pull it back. You don't really have to even disrupt much of the peat. But I want to make sure that the seeds are going to get down at least a quarter to a half an inch below the top, and then I'll just backfill them a little bit with the loose peat that's around the top. So anyway, I'm all ready now to drop my seeds in. It's a little tedious here, and I probably should use some tweezers, but I'm going to use my fat fingers here. And I'm going to put a seed, obviously, in each one of these little grow pellets. Now these are the Trinidads. They're a little bigger seed than the Malagueta, which is the Brazilian pepper. And peppers are kind of interesting to grow. They're sometimes challenging because they like warm weather. They like warm germination. So we need to keep these seeds about, during the germination period, we need to keep them about 85 degrees. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place my little professional greenhouse here on a simple heating pad. And what I really want to see is I want to see the moisture start to collect at the top of the dome, so that I know that it's really the greenhouse effect is taking place, and they're staying moist and they're staying warm. Germination period on this is kind of long. It's about 20 days on average. Can be a little bit less, and it can be a little longer. In some cases it can go as long as 30 days. So don't assume that your seeds didn't germinate just because 25 or 30 days has passed. Stick with it, and it's going to be worth it, because peppers are awesome. If you like hot peppers like I do, it's worth it. And of course, when you're growing them organically, it's even better. Okay, this seed is a tiny little seed here, as you can see, very small. I can't get focused very good on that, but that's it. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to drop one in each one of these here. Like I said, it would be easier if you had a little small pair of tweezers that you would use for this, but actually, if I can do it with these fat fingers, I guess anybody can do it. And I won't bore you with putting all of these in. I'll do that in just a second. But the last thing that I'm going to do is I'll take that same pencil and I'll just go to each one of these and I'll just cover them up, push them down, make sure they're a quarter inch or so, maybe a little more than a quarter inch down into the grow mix, the peat, and then just cover them up really good. Make sure that they're going to stay warm and wet. And hopefully, I'm hoping that in the next 15 to 20 days we're going to start to see some peppers growing here. And of course, when you grow your own like this, you not only get to enjoy the harvest of your own peppers, but you can start your own seed bank with some of your seed peppers. Obviously dry them out. You've got plenty of seeds for the next season, or to give to your friends or relatives, whatever. Okay, so anyway, I've got those all covered up. I'll go ahead and finish up the Malaguetas and do the same with that, and then we'll finish this video by putting the dome on it. So it's been about 15 minutes, and you can see here on the Jiffy Greenhouse that we're starting to get some condensation built up on the dome, and that's exactly what we wanted. This is mainly due to the fact that I used a warm water, but we're ideally going to try to keep this at a constant temperature of 80 to 85 degrees. And to accomplish that, I'm going to place this on a simple heating pad, and this will be in an area that does not get any direct sunlight. So I'm going to check this every day. That's what you should do with yours. Make sure that your grow medium is staying moist. It's really important. Don't overwater it. And as things progress, we'll add to this video. These peppers are very popular, the Trinidad Scorpion. And like I said, they run about $10 in most of the websites you'll find. But I did find a source for $3.99 for 10, and the lady actually ended up sending me 14. which was great, $3.99. So if you subscribe to this channel and send me a comment, I'd be happy to send you the information on where you can get some Trinidad scorpion peppers and many others. She carries about 100 different varieties. So if you're thinking about growing peppers and you want to save some money, this is a great opportunity. Well, I'm going to cut the video off here, and I will add videos to this as the progression begins through this germination process, and then we'll combine it all into one long video. So this is day one. Stay tuned and save us on your favorites, and you'll get an update when I add another video to this. Just wanted to add one more thing, and this is really important. The capsaicin, which is the hottest component in a pepper, is concentrated in the seed. So it's a really good idea to use some protection on your hands, rubber gloves maybe, or use a plastic utensil to pick up the seeds rather than your bare hands like I was doing. Because if you're not careful and you inadvertently, touch a sensitive part of your body like your eyes or your nose or something even more sensitive, you could be in a world of hurt. So take precautions. It's a good idea. I didn't do that when I started the video, and I should have mentioned it in the beginning, but go ahead and just use good common sense. Don't leave them laying around your seeds so a child or something could get a hold of them, or your pet or whatever, because these are some pretty hot peppers. This is the scorpion. The Trinidad scorpion is what is used in pepper spray by law enforcement, and I've never had it sprayed on me, but I'm quite certain that it's debilitating, that if it gets into your nostrils or your eyes. So don't take any chances, and enjoy growing your peppers. We're having a lot of fun with this. So stay tuned to the next video, and remember, go down below and subscribe and send me a comment or send me a private message, and I'll tell you where you can get your seeds for $3.99. I think that's the cheapest anywhere on the web. Have a good day.